Good morning. Welcome to Get Ready with Me, my big, fat, not so Greek family. And, last time we met, I was talking about my siblings and that there were eight of us with my mom and dad. And my mom had this practice. She always would bring in anybody she found. We went to church and she found a young lady who needed a place. And that young lady ended up living with us for months and months and months. There was always more than eight siblings in the house because we had adoptive siblings that came in just because of the kindness of my mom's heart. And I was telling you before that my mom did a lot of charity work, volunteer work. And so she would go out and leave us, eight siblings. And because we were so many and we were stratified by age, my older siblings were old enough to take care of us. And of course, my dad was always out working. Okay. And so I am putting on the time wise 4-in-1 cleanser. Yeah. So he would be out working and she would be out volunteering. But this particular night, they were at church. They were at church and she left us. It was a Sunday night. I remember distinctly. They were at church and we were at home, eight of us. And of course, it's night, so nobody is expected to be out of the house. Nobody is expected to be downstairs. But you know how things go. When you have children, children are always going to find something to do. So we ended up, first we started by sitting on the deck, on the porch, in the front of the house. In a British environment, a British community, we call it the veranda. We were sitting on the veranda. And so we were sitting there. Eventually, the neighbors, we had some Portuguese neighbors, like I said before. The neighbors came to the yard, to the fence, and they started talking with us. And you know what they say about inch by inch? Inch by inch, we ended up downstairs at the fence talking with the neighbors. And we were all down there. But before we went downstairs, we were sitting on the deck or the veranda we were eating, I think, crackers and butter. I don't know if you ever tried crackers and butter, but crackers and butter was like a delicacy for us. So we were eating crackers and butter. And when we left the crackers and butter and went downstairs to the fence to talk with the neighbors, my brush just shut up. We ended up talking for so long until somebody realized that it was almost time for our parents to come home. So we left the fence, ran upstairs, and when we got there, I think today I'm going to use the microdermabrasion, do some deep exfoliating. So this is my microdermabrasion. We ran upstairs and we went. When we got to the veranda, we noticed that the butter was all splattered and spread all over the porch or the veranda. It was a mess. And when we looked inside, there was an old stray dog lying under the sofa. And, in the Caribbean, when you have those stray dogs, a lot of times they're not taken care of. So we call them mangy. This old mangy dog was in our house, lying under the sofa. And we were terrified. We were horrified as well as terrified. And we got a stick, a long stick, and we kept poking and poking at the dog for the dog to leave, and the dog would not leave. And time was running out for my parents to come back. And we kept poking and poking and making noises. And for heaven's sake, we could not get the dog out of the house. So we ended up going back to the neighbor, and the neighbor had some older kids. And one of the older kids came in and got the dog out. And what a mess that was. We were in such big trouble. We got a bucket and disinfectant and a mop, and we got to work trying to get everything cleared up, cleared away. Let me wash out the microdermabrasion. Yeah, we were trying to get everything cleared away before our parents showed up. And we did our best as little kids. I mean, we were not that little. I think my oldest sister must have been around 12, 13. And then my next sister was, if she is 13, then the other one would be 12. And then we were like 2 years apart after that. So one was 10, I was 8. The other one was 6. And then the other was 4. And then we went down the line like that. And I don't think at that point we were all 8 together, because all 8 of us never really lived together, just for brief moments. We were at different ages, and so people went away to college and people got married and all of that stuff. All right, so let me do my pore minimizer to close up the pores. Yeah, so we got the dog out. We cleaned up, we bleached and cleaned up the house, and then to get the grease from the butter out of the veranda was another challenge, because you know when grease get on things how hard it is. So we started scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and cleaning. We cleaned and cleaned as much as we could. And then finally we got to the point where we said, this is going to have to work. And because it was night, and in Guyana, we were famous for blackouts. We had rolling blackouts. Sometimes we had rolling blackouts, and sometimes we had blackouts as a norm. Okay, so this is my moisturizer, my day cream. I'm going to put my day cream on. So we got the veranda clean, and because it was kind of dark, when my parents came in, I bet they didn't see the difference. And we were, you know the book, The Cat in the Hat? We were like the cat in the hat. We did mischief all day. And then by the time our parents came in, we were sitting nice and calm and gentle, like if nothing happened. And that's one of our adventures in our big, fat, not so Greek family. This is my eye cream. I'm going to put it under my eyes and above my eyes using my ring finger. Yeah, but I tell you, growing up in Guyana with a lot of siblings was a lot of fun. We did all kinds of mischievous things, all kinds of adventurous things. And I tell you, we've got lots and lots of fond memories for that. Memories that will live on forever, so that even now that we are older, when we get together, we sit and chat and laugh about those experiences, because they really helped us develop and grow into who we have become. Some of them not so pleasant, but generally, like, who can complain? This is what children go through. And so you just take it as it came and you make the best out of it. And I tell you, we are not damaged children, for one, because we had a great, great, great foundation. Parents who had a standard, a set of moral standard that they lived by, and they made sure that every day their children were taught those lessons. Okay, so let me do some CC cream since I'm going to have to go out today for my protection from the sun's rays. I kind of mixed the CC cream this morning because I have two shades, a deep bronze, and this is medium deep. And none of them really match my face. They're cool. One is too light and one is too deep. So I kind of mix it together. So I have a middle tone that is more appropriate for me. All right, so last step for this morning. Thank you for joining me. I hope my story was interesting. And if you have any similar stories, just text me, message me, send me a chat, and let's talk about your story. Let's share. This is my episode of Wake Up With Me, my big fat, not so Greek family. Way not Greek family. Let's do this. Let's have a great day. Take the challenges that come to you and look at them as opportunities. Look at them as opportunities for success and growth and development. So we'll get together again. Be good and stay well.